Indeed. So we're getting underway, and here we go. Game number one. We'll just need to get the runners in sync. They are lined up as far as times are concerned. So here we go.
Both have the razor shield manipulation to start, and Akerasi going with a top door strategy before moving to the middle. Xexzy going with the eastern door strategy. A little bit of a variance here, and Xexzy is going to clear out the room first.
Oh my God, this is a hot time here. We're talking high 38 for Xexzy. That's really, really good. He's over 5 seconds ahead.
Yeah, Akerasi had some extra spawns, and that just that added to the room. And an orb to start as well for Xexzy.
It's a little bit early for him, but I'm going to say it already. The RNG is favoring the favorites.
I was hoping that was where you were going. I was like, it'd be a little early to say there's your dagger.
I don't want to throw daggers just yet. It's way too early than that, but this is a blistering time. 117 into Eat My Shrapnel. It's one of the best I've seen so far in the commentator's booth. That's a really, really good time. So he could get into total carnage with sub 2, especially if he can get some weapons. Meanwhile, Akerasi, not seeing an orbit, not really seeing any weapons, finds himself already 23 seconds back.
Well, and a razor shield that's kind of a moot point at this point.
Yeah, it's not really. Yeah, not really worth it. Just trying to get down the final shrapnel. This should be the last one. He's going to grab the foot, 2 flat into the total carnage room.
Fantastic times thus far. Akerasi trying to again do with what he's got, but all the favorable drops seem to be going Xexzy's way here in the early going.
They most certainly are. I mean, Akerasi's really got nothing to work with. This is the end of the room, but he is losing a lot of time. And again, not really any fault of his own. It's just the game's not giving him anything. He's already a half minute back, plus an orb.
Well, finally a spreader, but oh goodness.
Meanwhile, a lot of shrapnel Xexzy going to have to watch out for. Another one on the bottom is about to explode. Gets through that. Does not want to lose that orb. Love to see a rocket drop before the end of this room. Unfortunately, this is the end of the room.
Oh, so no! Akerasi got a rocket drop, but then got clubbed down.
2:58 into the bonus room for Xexzy. A really good pace. I mean, that would have been an even better pace, but he just didn't really get any weapon drops to complement that orb.
But even still with that, getting in at right around 3 minutes is fantastic. A great pace, and let's see if this is where things keep going or if Tank Trouble provides that latter word.
Well, that's not a good opening drop for Xexzy. It's a dude! That's not really going to help him out. And another dude!
And then a foot to go with it.
Yeah, this
so
is one
empty
of those
drops galore.
Yeah, Fern, this is one of those tank troubles where you just get absolutely nothing. That's 4 pretty bad drops in a row for Xexzy. 2 dudes, 2 feet. Do I hear an invulnerability game? Nope, it's another
third dude.
Well, it's an empty drop nonetheless as Xexzy drops the orb. This has been a rough tank trouble. If Akerasi, there's rockets for Xexzy. He needed to see something like that. If Akerasi could get some rocket drops, and then a razor shield on the feet. Just typical tank trouble RNG, but Xexzy is still going to have a sub 420 going into Mutoid, man. 419, so PB is going to be a long shot, but it is possible.
We shall certainly see. Has a little bit of that clip left over and is going to unload on the gunners and picks up the spreader. Is going to manual.
And he follows that up with a lobber. Meanwhile, Akerasi getting an orb, able to take down both of the gunners now. Now, can he get back to the middle of the room? That's going to be a tough sell, and the answer is no. now. Drops not really going to be the ones that are going to give Xexzy a PB here, but there's a spreader. It's in a kind of a tough spot, but he should be able to get to it.
It goes up diagonally, but then has to go all the way across, so not a lot of invulnerability. Has to manual the rest of the way and gets run over.
It didn't look like he got any manuals there. If you see the fireballs explode like that, you only are dealing 1 HP of damage. If you jam them in and you don't see the fireballs at all, that's where you get that 9. Oh, an invulnerability on the
what
feet!
A timely invulnerability.
What a god drop there for Xexzy. Final form, didn't get any transfer damage, so I don't think he's going to get a sub 6, but he is going to win this race convincingly, folks.
Yeah, it's going to be just north of 6 minutes, but still a very impressive time.
Yeah, that's a really, really good race time that Xexzy has just put up. 6:04. And there's a spreader for Akerasi that he's going to get there. He will get there, but that took him longer than I thought to realize that spreader there. But I guess he wanted... Oh, and he gets
sabotage.
Adding insult to injury, Burgundy. He's already lost the race, but the game is not done trolling him yet.
I haven't seen a sabotage like that since the Beastie Boys.
Another lobber for Akerasi here as the second arm pops off now on Mutoid Man. As Xexzy putting up a really, really good time. Just didn't quite get the RNG in tank trouble to have a realistic shot at a PB, but still, just all in all, really good tournament race run there for Xexzy. If he keeps pouring it on like that, it's going to be tough for Akerasi to be in this match. Remember, his PB is just south of 7 minutes, so he needs to have the bad RNG to flow on Xexzy. If that doesn't happen, as Bryce Olf would say, and it is still one of my favorite phrases, that'll be the end of dog racing.
Yeah, it didn't dawn on me here until now. Yeah, about a 1 minute difference in PBs. Certainly not insurmountable, though. It's not like it's the difference between, say, a Jacquemus and a Ferran Burgundy.
You're the one that brought it up, not me.
I will absolutely slag on myself for things of that nature.
Final form for Akerasi. I don't know if this lobber is going to be enough. Ooh, not quite. He needs another weapon. And he's parked on it, whatever it is. It's grenades. Should be able to finish him off, and does. It was just a little bit left.
And an 8:14 for Akerasi. But is going to be down 1-0 thus far here.
Yeah, again, Akerasi just didn't get any good drops early on, and Mutoid Man didn't do him any favors either. So we're going to get them ready for game number 2, so we'll stand by for that. All right, Fern, I've got both of these runners ready to go. I have counted them down, so they should be underway shortly.
They've got their manipulations set up, so they'll get that practically instantaneous razor shield to start the room.
So here we go. Game number 2 is underway. Both players do have their razor shield drop, and again, they're going to stick with the same strats that have worked for them. The top door strats versus the right door strats.
Akerasi opting to use use all of the Razor Shield as a weapon, and that leaves a lot of the swarmers behind, and you can see already the advantage going to Xexzy's way. A mid 41 versus 47?
Almost 6-second lead for Xexzy, and he gets a great opening drop with rockets. Not the best position, but it's still a great drop. And now the Rich getting richer.
Wow.
This is getting disgusting. But not to be outdone, Akerasi getting an orb and rockets as well, at least to keep the game honest. So let's see if he's able to hold on to that orb. That's going to be key for Akerasi. Is you never know if the game's not going to give you a second chance on those orb drops, as we see a spreader. Xexzy finishing off the room with a 125, so not really the best pace for him this time around. And he loses the orb immediately, but look
and gets an immediate replacement. Wow.
For the second time, Ferran, I will say it again. RNG favoring the favorites. Let's see what happens with Akerasi here to start the room. Keeps the orb. Oh, look out with that swirl! It took it away!
The swirl.
Now, is he going to get that same luck that Xexzy's going to get? I don't know about that. Nope, he gets a Razor Shield, so does Xexzy.
And he's going to leave the Razor Shield alone, and now time ticking away with 4 shrapnel on screen, at least for that moment.
Yeah, that swirl just had to come from that south door. It could have came from any door. Akerasi will get a replacement orb, so at least he will maybe have that to take with him to Total Carnage, provided that he doesn't lose it in the final part of this room. Xexzy here in Total Carnage, looking for some drops, gets a Smart Bomb. That'll give him a breather. A spreader for Akerasi will close out the room, and that'll help him begin Total Carnage himself, but he needs to see some drops, and Xexzy not really getting any drops at the moment.
Trying to even it up, but as I say that, there is a Razor Shield for Xexzy. Just allows him to sit in the middle of the room and take out as many of the...
Oh, no! And the purple shirt takes away his orb. Akerasi, unfortunately, didn't see him coming, and this is probably where Xexzy's going to start to really pull away, unless the game shows mercy yet again. And look at this, 301 into the bonus room, another hot time.
And that seems to be your potential Tyrone Davis turning point.
Yeah. I see where you were going with that one, Burgundy. You didn't want to say the other phrase.
No, I might have the tournament administrator turning some sort of point on me if I'm not careful.
Right. Xexzy here does not have a weapon in tank trouble. What's he going to get? Oh, my God. Rockets to start the room. Just great weaponry for Xexzy. It's just been all Xexzy all night. The RNG has been favoring him. It's not been favoring Akerasi. He does have a spreader. But this has been a long Total Carnage. And he is already 55 seconds. That is not a error on what I just said. That's how far back he is 55 seconds.
Oh, man.
More rockets for Xexzy, and he'll be able to take that with him to the beginning of Mutoid Man. And again, PB's in play. If he gets about a 90-second fight, 85-second fight would be a new tournament record. These rockets will help him take out the gunners. If he can get a spreader on top of that, plus the ball buster, who knows?
Quickly takes out the swirl, takes out the gunners, and does get the ball buster.
And is able to pick up the lobber. So Xexzy off to a great start in this fight. Now if he can just get some spreaders, he may have a chance at that tournament record. Meanwhile, Akerasi getting a Smart Bomb here. And there is a spreader, but he's going to have to go... Oh, he's parked down and no!
Oh, no!
And I'm not going to say anything, but I know why that happened. I'm not going to say it, though. Xexzy had a chance to get some serious damage in on Mutoid Man. See, the reason why you didn't say the phrase you wanted to say is the same reason why I didn't say the phrase that I wanted to say.
That must have been Deller's PayPal payment going into RN Jesus.
Well, you said it, not me. Meanwhile, Akerasi continuing to have problems here in tank trouble with just not getting any weapons at all. Rocket now for Xexzy. So yeah, PB's out of the question, unfortunately. But again, as long as the weapons keep on coming for him, he's going to win easily and take a commanding 2-0 lead.
There's the Rockets being parked upon. Why not? I'll be the heat magnet tonight.
Final form now for Xexzy as he gets more rockets. So again, that was the only spreader he ended up seeing before the final form. This may be the only spreader he ends up seeing in this fight. These lobbers should finish off Mutoid Man for Xexzy, and they do. Akerasi finally getting a spreader in a perfect location, so he can deal some damage here now.
Backing off a little early with it, not as comfortable with the manualing. I know those feels.
It's very tough because when you hit Mutoid Man with your projectiles, he does vibrate one way or the other. And of course, you're taking a chance when you try to do those things. But look at this, Akerasi getting a spreader. Now he's getting the luck when it's absolutely over with. The game knows.
Feels like my Phillies in September when they're out of it, then all of a sudden they start playing well.
Now the game's being torturous to him yet again with the empty drop. Yeah, I know how you feel, but hey, at least the Phillies know how to beat the Cardinals. Say that.
Yeah. They got, what was it, 2 out of 3 this past weekend?
It was 2 out of 3, but that's another story for another time. Final form for Mutoid Man on Akerasi's side. He's got lobbers trying to finish him off, but he gets run over. And once again, the game is still thirsty for more, as Kevin McAllister would say. This lobber ought to do it for Akerasi, provided he lands his shots, and he does.
Took me a second to get that Kevin McAllister reference. It was up there somewhere in my memory.
Yeah, you guys give up, or are you thirsty for more? That's what the reference is for those of you who don't know.
Oh, I went next level and it flew over here. Somewhere in my memory, it was one of the songs from the Home Alone movie. No? Okay. I'll just absorb more heat, in this case, go away heat.
All right, I'm getting both runners ready. Just waiting for Akerasi for the go, and we will get started.
Well, to answer the question in chat, this is the last of our doubleheader here tonight. So at the conclusion of Xexzy versus Akerasi, that will conclude our coverage for the evening.
Yep, I know we have some matches planned for this weekend. I believe we've got Hoopla's match coming up. By the way, Hoopla getting a new PB lately. Got that time knocked down to a 5:33, like 2/9 of a second behind Prince Lee for fourth. Really good time.
So that is absolutely wild. The time's just falling across the board. We now have 20 members of the sub 6 minute club.
Yeah, Oopla taking on Tapatio J in that aforementioned match, and he also got a PB last night. He almost became that 21st member of the Sub 6 Club. Missed it by just 3/4 of a second.
Oh, man.
But here we go. Game number 3 between Xexzy and Akerasi, as both of them have their opening Razor Shield. Again, it's going to be Xexzy with the hole shot, though. Better Arena 1 start for Akerasi this time, but it's a 39.5 for Xexzy, which is a real good time. Akerasi got about a mid-44, but so again, 5-second lead for Xexzy going into collect power-ups. Let's see what his first... You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
I'm just floored at this here.
I am too. I mean, right now Xexzy's taking RNG favors, the favorites to the next level right now. Smart bomb for Akerasi will give him a little bit of a breather, but he's just not beginning. Now he finally gets the orb, but Xexzy's going to still have probably double-digit lead. 122 for Xexzy. Akerasi needs to be careful. He's able to pick up that spreader. Might be able to clear off the rest of the room with it, but no, the soldiers, they keep on coming. But here comes the last two shrapnel dudes. It's going to be a 14-second lead for Xexzy. Now, Akerasi just cannot think about the RNG right now. He's got to play his own game, keep that orb healthy to give him at least a fighting chance to get back into this one. But Xexzy, rich getting richer, Burgundy.
Oh, man. Just rockets kind of just picking apart here with the shrapnel going through the doors and waiting for this to be the last one, and it is.
205 with half a rocket clip remaining to go. Will be able to take down the foot soldiers surrounding him. Now a grenade in a horrible spot, however. So he's actually going to have to do some bobbing and weaving to make sure he doesn't pick up that. And then he gets a razor shield. My goodness gracious. 17 seconds back is Akerasi at a 222. Let's see what his opening drop. Rockets, that's a good start. You'd love to see that razor shield as well. And he gets sabotaged.
Grenades
Are
on
you
the
kidding?
street.
He gets the razor shield and somehow doesn't lose the orb after that sabotage. That was crazy. My word. Akerasi getting a little bit too loose with that razor shield going after the spreader there because a lot of it was burned on that Mr. Shrapnel. Xexzy going to have another great time. Three flat into the bonus. My word.
I'd buy that for $1.
Akerasi, though, holding his own as long as he can keep that orb, but now the drops are starting to dry up for Akerasi. As he gets a foot, he's going to have to be careful because those purple shirts are coming for him.
Bingo!
Well, that's shrapnel. Look out. All right, he's able to get by that. There's a smart bomb. That could come in handy for Akerasi. This is the end of the room, but he has lost time to Xexzy, but did keep the orb healthy, but he's 38 seconds back.
Even used the orb to take out one of the shrapnel. Was that intentional?
Hard to say there. You never like to try that, but then Xexzy getting overwhelmed by the tank and the foot soldiers and takes a death. So maybe a little bit of an opening for Akerasi. Xexzy, now the drops are starting to abandon him. Akerasi could get a rocket drop. That would really go a long ways towards him catching up, but instead it's grenades. Which would actually be an okay drop if you didn't have an orb, because then you can use the grenades perhaps on the gunners. But when you have an orb, you really don't want those grenades.
No, just utilizing the corner, trying to take out the gunners. Has one of them down.
Yeah, but he's getting overpowered on that bottom left corner. He's not able to get shots on that second gunner. There's a spreader, but in an awful spot. Xexzy with the 442, not going to be really happy with that time, but he is going to have the lead going into the Mutoid Man fight. Second gunner finally done. Now Akerasi may have a chance to take control of the middle, but he's, again, not getting any weapons to complement that orb. He's actually starting out with a lobber. He's able to take the sword before picking it up. You want to make sure you get rid of the sword before you hit that lobber. It's very hard to hit that sword with the lobber. I'll tell you what, Akerasi is still in this. He is right now about 34 seconds back of Xexzy, so he didn't really lose much time to Xexzy in that room, but he needs to see a spreader after these gunners go away.
Invulnerability to start for Akerasi allows him to press up and at least try to take out some of the gunners.
Problem is the gunners take so many shots. Lobber will help him a lot, though. But now he needs to see a spreader.
Oh,
he needs to see
no.
a spreader now. If this is a spreader, though, this may be good. I don't know, though.
No,
Where is that
the
drop?
grenade being parked on and then a foot.
The game just absolutely has it in for Akerasi. I mean, what can you say? As the ribcage pops open now for Xexzy, he's got lobbers, consistent damage. Neither player getting the spreader that they want to see in this fight. But Xexzy, as long as that spreader doesn't come on Akerasi's side, is going to win this match. There's the first arm popping off. Head should be popping up soon for Xexzy. He's got lobbers, and there it is. The spreader needs to happen right now for Akerasi. Here comes the final four. Too late for the spreader for Xexzy. Could have wrapped it up right then and there, but should be able to with these next couple of drops. He's going to switch it up to rockets. This could do it for Xexzy. If that's not going to do it, the lobbers should do it for him. As the ribcage pops over for Akerasi. But
there it is.
That is going to do it. Game, set, and match to Xexzy. He will sweep 3 games to none. Akerasi at least gave himself an opportunity as there's finally a spreader in a bad location. As he tries to do some manuals, can't quite do it. He's not going to get the lobber either. This was definitely Akerasi's best effort, but again, orange, and now he gets another spreader in, again, not a great location. There's a great spreader in a great location, but it's too late because the game knows.
Oh, and the zap.
At least he does get a weapon. A lot of times when you get zapped, you get nothing. I mean, final forms like that foot right there. But that's it. That's, again, a good effort there for Akerasi. Again, he didn't really lose that much time because it was a 34-second deficit. It's going to end up being about a 45-second deficit at the end of it all. So a good effort by Akerasi, but just not enough. Xexzy moves on against Drumboardist in the 3rd round of the second chance bracket.